I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. There's another paid request from Broad Stipe. Thank you for that. If anyone has any requests or reviews, topics, reactions, or even donations, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. The reason I'm talking like this is because did this film need a sequel? Was there that big of a fan base that wanted a sequel to Rest Stop? So you got Rest Stop 2, Don't Look Back. More like Don't Look Here, don't open the DVD case, don't open the menu, don't press play. I just say at least one, well, a handful of positive things. The first film, it tried to be very mysterious, but in my opinion just came off as more murky, confusing, what's going on. Here, there is a backstory as to what happened with the whole supernatural angle in the first Rest Stop, where it dealt with this trucker, and then this RV of these religious folks, and you see the backstory at the beginning of this film, where in 1972... a trucker was picked up by an RV with a religious guy, his wife, twin teenage boys, and someone who is disfigured in the back. So the trucker just, I guess he got the strange idea to fuck the guy's wife in the RV. Because apparently fucking someone's wife in an RV, what could happen? I mean, you couldn't even go outside behind a tree or in a ditch. No, you had to put your pecker where the sun don't shine in the RV, as if no, who would notice a rockin' in the RV? So he should be killed for stupidity. But then the wife's like, oh, he tried to rape me, which was not the case. So the wife was a slut, said yes, the trucker fucked her, but then she's like, no, 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 me too, me too. And the trucker got me too to death. That's really what it is. The trucker got me too to death. Got killed. Then he came back as a spirit and killed the people in the RV. Or at least the family outside the RV. I find it funny that this took place in 1872. Because one of the things in the first film is that there was a girl missing in 1971. So how is that girl missing and a ghost at this rest stop in 1971 if this shit didn't happen until 1972? Again, that girl went missing, the date, 1971, she went missing, but this takes place 1972. I guess whoever made it didn't, they didn't watch the first film that closely, I guess. Guess I can't blame them, but whatever. So then it jumps ahead to about a year after the first movie. This the military guy comes home and he's the brother of the boyfriend at the beginning of the first movie. Where it was a boyfriend and his girl, they go to this rest stop, the boyfriend disappears very quickly, and mostly it's the girl running around this rest stop trying to survive. With wannabe handful torture porn stuff. Well, again, that boyfriend in the first movie, his brother was a military guy, he comes home, he's got a girlfriend, also a best friend, and the three of them decide to go on a trip to see if they can find the brother. Which, yeah, okay, you're gonna find the brother a year after he's gone missing. Not days, 3 days, 5 days, like a year after? Okay. Mr. Columbo, I don't know what you're gonna find after a year. Call him Columbo. Call him Magnum P.I., I don't know. So, the acting's not that great. The plot, even though you know a bit more of the supernatural angle, I don't find it that interesting. Maybe in the better hands of a more experienced director, or a better script, or better actors, because I don't think the acting is that great. I really don't. The actors are so-so performances, and their dialogue isn't much better. I mean, the best friend, as they're driving, he's driving with headphones on, and he's farting in his car. And he's like, I have to go to Fudge Town. The breakfast gave me the McShitties. The McShitties? You gotta go to Fudge Town, and the breakfast gave you the McShitties. Was it with McShit cheese? McShitty nuggets? McShit shake? With the Hershey Highway on top of it? Fuck, I just, already I want this guy to fucking die. The character, folks. So, they get to this gas station. It was cool to see a character actor by the name of Steve Railsback. I didn't know Steve Railsback was in this. He played Charlie Manson in Helter Skelter. Pretty decent TV movie. He's in a film I enjoyed called Blue Monkey, which I think that actually did get a Blu-ray release. Interesting enough. I do like that for what it is. He was in Life Force. He's in a couple episodes of The X-Files. I believe he played the character Dwayne Barry. I liked him as an actor. It's sad he's slumming it in this. I mean, he plays like a weird gas station attendant, but part of me is like, yeah, he's weird and it's not his best performance, but I like Steve Railsback. Just let him be the lead. That'd be cool. Why don't they do that for a twist with these movies? They get a recognizable person, and then you kill off the younger people, and the recognizable person, the actor we enjoy more, he becomes the lead. Or she becomes the lead. So many times they get these experienced actors, and then they're only in there for a bit part. But change it up. Be like, okay, people assume that. Then, oh my god, the younger people that you never see again, or come back in bit parts in a bunch of movies you never heard of, but the guy who keeps working, or the gal that keeps working as a star, just have him be in it for a little bit and die off. Get killed off and this and that. Switch it around. I think that'd be cool. There's a lot of movies that would have improved with that headspace. So the meet Steve Rails owns his gas station. He comes back a couple times throughout the film. And the best friend goes to an outhouse, and the trucker hits the outhouse, gets the guy covered in shit, so he's got to pretty much get down to his underwear, shitty underwear, and finds Nicole, the girl from the first film, although I don't think it's not the same actress. I don't think so. It didn't look like the same actress. I didn't look it up because I forgot to, honestly. I completely forgot to. But I don't think it's the same actress. I could be wrong. but it's supposed to be the character from the first movie. And of course, if you've seen the first film, you know she's just a ghost. So I would think people who are watching this film, they've seen the first film, so they already know this girl's a ghost, because the end of the first movie told you she was a ghost now. So I don't know where the surprise is supposed to come out of. The trucker, would you see more of the face of the trucker, and that was a mistake, because the face of the trucker is not scary. He looks like someone that works at Home Depot. Not scary or suspenseful at all. He looks like a guy who is going to change your tires and then rip you off by giving you too high of a bill. That was a mistake. Or at least if they don't get a trucker, get like an intimidating looking guy. Just food for thought. So the military guy, he gets taken by the trucker, held up. He gets a couple nails put into his leg for the torture porn moment in the film. The trucker leaves and the guy gets out and escapes. Meanwhile, the guy with the shitty clothes on, he cleans up. Thinks he's with this girl Nicole. Of course they kiss. She disappears. Lo and behold. Then he gets picked up by the RV with all those crazy religious people. Which their MO is weird, because at the end of the first movie, if you watch through the end credits, there's a point where they bury a body and they go something to the effect of, you know, we take this to our graves. I mean, you already are at your graves. You're dead. And why are you burying the bodies of the guy who apparently murdered you? As we find out at the beginning of this movie. The people in the RV, it's like, yeah, this trucker murdered us, but we don't want to hide the bodies he's making. And you would think based on the beginning, the RV people would be the more evil people. Because the girl let the trucker fuck her, and then she Me Too'd him, and then they murdered the trucker. So it seems like they'd be the more evil, sadistic killer types. But then at one point, they talked about how, like, they're going to help the character. I'll get to that in a minute. It just, stuff in this plot doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. So, yeah, the military guy, he was a corporal. He escapes. The best friend, who again got hit in the outhouse, covered with shit, cleaned himself up, found the girl in the first movie. She disappeared, goes to the RV, gets out of the RV from the crazy religious fucks. He's now with the military guy's girlfriend. The military guy finds who he thinks is his brother from the first movie. Which again, if you've seen the first movie, you know A, he's a ghost, and B, the guy got fucking buried at the end during the credits of the first movie. It's like, did the people who made this film not watch the first movie? Or did they fast forward through it? Maybe that's the thing, they fast forward through it, but they didn't actually pay attention to it. Then why make it in the first place? Why? They buried the boyfriend in the first movie, and I don't know why they did it, but they helped the trucker that killed them. They buried bodies, even though, why are they burying them? Because it seems like bodies can just fucking disappear, like bodies can just disappear like that. So why do you need you don't even need to go through the burying. People just go, whoop, as if they ran out of time and Back to the fucking Future. The movie or the game. It just... The best friend and the military guy's girlfriend, they get back to Steve Railsback, and Steve Railsback gives some exposition about an Indian legend, and if you're buried without your eyeballs, you wander the earth as a ghost, which... What the fuck does that have to do with the RV people? They were not buried without their fucking eyeballs. What about all the other people that become ghosts? They weren't buried without their fucking eyeballs. So only the killer... But what about all these other people? That doesn't... Okay, if you're buried without your eyeballs, you wander the earth. What about everybody else that we've seen as ghosts? Then Nicole, the girl from the first movie, the brother who the military died, and of course the brother disappears. He's a ghost. The crazy RV fucks. The religious fuck. What the fuck does that have to do with this? You're explaining the killer as a ghost, but what about everything else? So you get to another torture porn thing where the trucker gets the best friend and the girl both tied up, and the trucker wants the boyfriend, wants the best friend to put nails into his buddy's girlfriend. He says no. He gets his eye pulled out. He decides to do it. Puts some nails in her leg, and then I guess the trucker disappeared with the best friend and tied him up somewhere for some reason. I don't know why. If you try to ask for explanation, good luck. Meanwhile, the military guys finally got there. Apparently he had a fucking machine gun that he carried. Yes, apparently in his car he had a fucking machine gun. Starts shooting at the truck. Barely does any good. Shoots with a gun. That barely does any good because it's a fucking ghost. So great, we got machine gun fun. We got pistol fun. It's fucking useless. This is a fucking ghost. So then the girlfriend and the best friend, they get the idea to the eyeball stuff. By this point, I guess Steve Railsback's dead because at one point he told the trucker to stop. It got smacked in the face. I guess that smack to the face made him die. So the RV people tell him, or at least the disfigured one, that the eyeballs are with the twins and then the RV, and they blow up the RV. Meanwhile, the trucker is attacking the military guy, ready to kill him, but when the RV explodes, the trucker disappears. I have questions about that, but just a minute. So then the three think they're fine. The guy with one eye, I don't know why they take separate cars. Yeah, I knew they arrived there in separate cars. But buddy, you just had an eyeball ripped out. Go ahead and get in the backseat of the other fucking car. You always come back for the car later once, I don't know, you go to the hospital or check your fucking eye out that's been pulled out. No, he decides to drive a fucking car. Yeah, I just got my eye pulled out, but everything's fine, so I'm going to drive a car. If I get my fucking tooth pulled out, I don't want to drive a car. I want to get my fucking eye pulled out. And then when he's driving, then an RV hits him and kills him. Cut to the military guy and the girlfriend. They're in the hotel, and the military guy goes, well, I guess maybe you went ahead. Maybe you went ahead with all the shit that went down. You don't think you want to double, triple check that? So he's in bed with this girl. Then he turns. The girl is outside with the trucker. Drives away. The military guy leaves the motel. He's in the middle of the road yelling her name. And then the movie ends. And, I mean, I don't know where to start with the questions, with the... Some are going to be repeat... Okay, before I get into that, if you're going into this for the torture porn stuff, there's like two scenes. There's when the military guy gets nails in his leg, and when the trucker forces the guy, the best friend who's had his eye pulled out, to nail the girl, so to speak. There's not a whole lot gore other than that. Steve Railsback is cool to see, but he's wasted in this nothing movie. The direction, there's really nothing to note. Neither cinematography-wise. Acting is so-so at best. The dialogue, with the machetes and Fudgetown. And just the script has so many fucking problems, so many fucking questions. I mentioned, 1972, but the girl in the first film disappeared in 1971, so how the fuck does that link up? Why at the end of the first movie is the RV crazy religious people burying a body, but, oh, well, we'll take this to our graves, but you're already in your graves, because in the beginning of this one, it deems that you guys died in 1972. Okay, why did Steve Railsback even tell this story about if you have no eyes and you're buried, then you wander the earth? What about all the other ghosts? Did they have their fucking eyes? And no, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. So why are there other fucking ghosts there? Why is the RV helping the ghost of the fucking trucker that murdered them? It seems like they're the more evil people. It seems like they're the ones that should be going around murdering people, not the trucker. Why cast a trucker for your bad guy who looks like someone that'd be on Home Improvement with fucking Tim the Two-Man Taylor? Telling more stories about Bob Vila. Why does the RV people give them this whole thing to explode the RV, supposedly it's going to work so they can free their souls, and it seems like it does because the trucker disappears, but that doesn't work, so then why go through all that in the first place? Why didn't the twins and anybody else just kill the one-eyed guy before he tried to blow up the RV? Why didn't they kill the guy earlier when he was inside the RV and they're talking with him? Says there's like a bunch, the father, the mother, the twin, they're all around him. Why does the trucker disappear as if it worked? Just 5 minutes later go, psych, it didn't work. Then why? Why did you not just kill the military guy if it didn't work? But nope, it worked, psych, oh, then it didn't work. So now it just teleports where the girl is in the motel room, then she just somehow teleported into the fucking truck so it could do that? Why don't you just do that to begin with? Just teleport everybody. What is the trucker's fascination with wanting to nail people with nails into the leg? What the fuck does that have to do with any of his backstory of how he died or any of the sort? Just, the script fucking sucks. The characters, the acting isn't much to run home about. I would even say the first one is better because at least the lead girl, despite the way it's written, acting-wise, she tried to do her best. And yet a decent stunt where the rest stop explodes and she jumps off. A pretty cool stunt. That's not much for praise, but I didn't like that film either. I think this was even worse. This was even worse. So, is it one of the worst movies ever? No. I mean, I don't know. As dumb as it... it's hard when you compare stuff to Newty and Pocket Ninjas and The Maze, M-A-I-Z-E, or Pocket Ninjas or Newty, I already said that, no, or Robo Vampire or Teen Bavar or fucking tons of other shit. It's fucking hard to... When you see those movies, it's fucking hard to get so mad at a film like this as one of the worst ever. No, it's not. But it's just, I'm not going to be a fan of it either. So that's it. So, as it's hot as hell, I got a fan on. It's funny, like a few weeks ago, it was the coldest weather ever. Now it's hot as fuck again. But I'd rather do that movie again. I'd rather sit here and sweat. So, with that said, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.